What was that? Where's that voice?
This is the story of a young girl. A girl who had strange and disturbing dreams.
I know this place. I've been here before. This is the ancient stone city amidst the jungle. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, ignore him. Just ignore him. He's not gonna hurt you. Just keep going. This constellation. Where am I? This is not the Earth.
Kar Vectur Yagna Yi.
Con Vector Yagna Yith. In other words, find a statuette and save my race.
The statuette! Here it is. Finally! I have to get it, I have to...
This is the story of Evie Drayton.
Quick. Before I forget. Where did I put my notebook? I have to write everything down.
Looking for answers was part of Evie's observant nature and analytical mind. Her recurrent dreams began shortly after a period in 1956, when she'd completely lost consciousness.
I was lucky to be accepted at Miskatonic. It was one of the first universities in Massachusetts to admit non-white students. When I saw this picture, I couldn't believe it. It's the same statuette I always see in my dreams. Spitsbergen Island in Svalbard. Apparently, I researched this area of the Arctic thoroughly during the time I lost consciousness. This photo was taken during my amnesia. I don't remember anything about it. No, I have to write down what I saw. I've always been a good student, but during my amnesia period, I almost reached excellence. I must have written about 1,000 letters to the archaeology dean in Miskatonic, and I've never received any answer. I wish Papa had never taken that job in San Francisco. He'd still be with us. Oh, here it is. Evie's Nightmare Journal.
Evie was worried that someone might read it. That's why she kept it locked away under that complicated padlock.
Yes,
Is this... are you Evangeline Drayton?
that's right. Who am I talking to?
I am the Dean of Archaeology at Miskatonic University. I believe you wanted to ask me some questions.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Meet me today at 6 p.m. at...
Boston? That's almost a 2-hour train ride from Arkham.
Do you want to talk or not?
Yes, of course. See you in a couple of hours. All right, I should get ready. There's a lot of information.
Before leaving, Evie asked herself if she had finished gathering all the information in her room.
All right, I think I've gathered.
As odd as it seemed to Evie that the Dean didn't meet her at the university, her need to know was stronger than her doubts. She was determined to attend the meeting. There, she would come across another protagonist in this story.
So, you have finally decided to talk to that young lady, Professor.
Yes.
Acknowledging responsibility for our previous mistakes is vital to moving forward. You've taken a crucial step in...
Listen, there's no need for us to talk, Doctor. The only reason I let you into my house is because you insisted it was necessary.
This is also the story of a sad, guilt-ridden, and lonely man. This is the story of my husband, Professor Harry Everhart.
Yes, I know well enough that discussing the effectiveness of our therapy sessions with you is futile. But you need to understand that therapy is just a part of the whole treatment. Without it, I can't go and...
Ask whatever you deem necessary, and let's get this over with as soon as possible.
Fine. What about your position as Dean at Miskatonic University? We talked some time ago about your relationship with work was somewhat obsessive.
I didn't say that. You did.
Well, you told me you practically lived secluded in this very home, and the only thing that drove you to leave it was your job obligations. So, how would you define?
I do what they pay me for. Teaching, student assessment, and certain logistical duties fall within my responsibilities. Cheering at the Miskatonic Mariners football games does not.
And are you happy with that? With your life now?
What kind of question is that?
Well, I'm asking it because it sounds like you're subjecting yourself to a kind of self-punishment.
I am not. Next question.
There's another topic you've never wanted to delve into, Professor. Would you now be open to...
You're going to do it anyway, so go ahead.
Okay. What happened to your wife?
She died at home after a...
Harry hated giving details about my death, especially if those details meant talking about a certain expedition and deaths other than mine.
I see.
What's my wife got to do with all this?
You see, the reason I'm asking, Professor, is because when we began therapy, you mentioned visions. Some sort of oily shadows casting themselves on the wall. You mentioned those visions began shortly after whatever happened to your wife. So, tell me, do you still see those shadows, Professor?
No. Not since I started taking the medication, at least.
Harry had tried everything, and none of it worked. Not even the medication that helped him sleep could take away those oily shadows. But he kept it to himself.
Listen, there is something different I want to try in today's session. I believe hypnotherapy might...
Don't even think about it. Hypnotism is a scam.
Professor, with all due respect, I believe you're mistaking mesmerism with hypnotism. Even so, if you want me to prescribe...
You won't give me my medication unless I submit to your quack experiment.
I'm deeply sorry you see it that way.
Then go ahead.
There's no need for pocket watches. I need you to relax and free your mind. And think of something pleasant. A fond memory, if you will. something that took place here, in the Everhart Manor.
A fond memory?
It wasn't easy for Harry to find a fond memory in this.
Maybe.
December 1930. The last Christmas my wife and I ever spent at Everhart Manor. She insisted on coming, despite my parents never approving of our marriage. But that was the kind of person she was.
Interesting.
Every time I gave her a present, I prepared a little scavenger hunt.
As you may have noticed, this story has more than one protagonist. And though I am not one of them, I believe I, Nora Everhart, play a crucial part in it. Can I open my eyes now, Harry?
Not yet. Now, open your eye.
Look what you've prepared. It's another one of your scavenger hunts, huh?
Of course, old pal. Now, if you want your present, you'll... Well, technically that's against the rules, but I'll turn a blind eye this time.
Tell me you didn't vandalize a piano just for a scavenger hunt, old pal.
Nora, who do you think I am? It's just crayon. Wait, there's something wrong in this memory. This wasn't...
Ignore it. Focus on that moment. Your wife. That happy memory.
What are you up to now? Oh, boy, what a drop.
I'm seeing those oily shadows in here. Why am I seeing those shadows?
Focus, Professor. Keep remembering.
Oh, look at your sad little face in this photo.
You know me. I've never been the life of the party. This darkness. Everhart Manor. But my house is not...
Professor, don't drift off. Keep going.
Do you remember when we slow danced to dear old...
The end of the Great War Party and our first kiss. How could I forget?
Do you remember when...
The end of the Great War...
Do you remember when we slow danced to dear old pal of mine at Maddie's house?
The end of the Great War Party and our first kiss. How could I forget?
A new decade. I wonder what the future has in store for us. I wonder what my darling husband is keeping locked up in here.
You'll have to put that brain of yours to work to find it.
Harry, I can't believe it! It's that statuette! And it even has a black ooze orb. Just what I wanted.
No. Wait. What do you mean a statuette? Don't touch it, Nora!
Keep going, Professor. It's important. Where is the statuette now?
You're no psychiatrist. Who are you?
I'm not going to ask you again.
Shortly after Harry's peculiar hypnosis session, Evie finally arrived at Everhart Manor.
Prospect Road 5. Here it is. Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline. Wait. What is going on here? Professor? Is everything all right?
Most people would have turned away and left, but not Evangeline Drayton. She had been waiting for months to talk with the professor. No way was she letting it slip away. So, she decided to climb over the walls of the Everhart Manor.
Ugh. This looks like something straight out of Tales from the Crypt. Hey, that window is open. Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline. It appears the Everharts have been quite well off for generations. The Everhart children, Harrison, Madeline, Richard, and Donna. That must be Elizabeth Everhart. She looks sad. This fellow really looks like the professor, but it's not him. Wow, look at the size of this library. It's almost as big as Miskatonic's.
Actually, it wasn't even a third the size of Miskatonic's library, but young people can be terribly impressionable at times.
What on earth happened here? Ugh, I wish this fireplace was lit. It's bone-chilling cold in here. Dyer was my applied geophysics professor. He was very strict. Strange character. This must be the professor's office. The professor had another appointment today, with a therapist. Professor Everhart doesn't look so intimidating in that portrait. Despite his tone, this Bowen fella doesn't seem particularly friendly. Nora and Harry? The professor was married. The key. I wonder what this... The greenhouse. And the mausoleum. Wow. The professor served in U.S. intelligence during the war. Someone lit the fireplace, but this room is still cold. Astrology is the most utterly stupid thing I've ever come across. A lapel pin with a rather peculiar emblem. Books in different languages. Spanish, Italian, German, Latin. Looks like one is missing. Rich people definitely had weird ways of entertaining themselves.
But it wasn't mere entertainment. Harry's mother's life had long been shaped by tragedy, and she had become obsessed with the afterlife.
Good thing the skull is fake.
Ugh.
Is this young man Professor Everhart? Does look like him. Is this young man? There's something written in Latin on his frame. Non possumus. Excellent. The man's definitely a dead ringer for the professor. A ripped canvas.
Evie's last remarkable trait was her extraordinary memory, a gift I was never blessed with. So allow me, the narrator of this tale, to be the one taking notes. For the sake of clarity, of course.
Can't see a thing in here. Better turn my flashlight on. Much better. Good heavens above, would you look at the size of this place? This vase-like thing with a face engraved on it can be rotated. What kind of madhouse does the professor live in? Looks like there's a symbol carved into that bucket. Is that a fish? Stone staircase is slippery. Hidden room? Gosh, this is so beautiful. Yeah, it's a woman's grave. Nora Everhart. This must be the professor's wife.
Evie found it hard to believe that the recluse living in the abandoned mansion had ever loved anyone. But he had. Truly and profoundly.
Such a graceful and elegant woman.
Evie certainly had a keen eye for beauty.
No use. It's locked. What kind of a door is this? Doesn't even have a lock. Just some symbols. This definitely looks like the greenhouse key. In loving memory of our firstborn son, John Everhart Jr. Oh dear. Dead child. This is simply heartbreaking. The inscription on the frame reads, Praeterita Mutare. That's from the Bible. Psalm 1, verse 1. This person must have been quite devout.
Harry rarely spoke of his brother John, mostly because he had never known him. The boy had died years before Harry was born. Still, he believed that tragic incident had played a critical part in his mother's obsession with the occult.
Now it's open. The professor really seems to be interested in botany. It appears to be a Spanish edition of the science fiction novel The Future Eve. I'll keep it, just in case. These white flowers are scattered all around the mansion. These tools haven't been used in a long time. That explains why the garden was an absolute mess. secret compartment?
Evie had never been good with languages, least of all a dead one like Latin. Even so, she managed to grasp the general meaning of the phrase. We can't change the past, but we must anticipate the future.
Looks like a music box of some sort. It doesn't make any sound. Maybe it's broken. Unbelievable. There's some kind of secret compartment in the fireplace. Feels like a mystery novel. Definitely like a mystery novel. Ooh, I guess I need to go see what's down there. Professor! 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 What happened? He's knocked out cold. The statuette's broken. And the sphere. Shattered to I wonder if I...
No! Don't touch it! Don't touch it.
Introductions between strangers are always a bit awkward. But in Evie and Harry's case, things were even more uncomfortable, due to the unusual circumstances under which they had met.
How are you feeling, Professor?
Considering I was assaulted, knocked unconscious, and someone tried to rob me in my own home, I suppose not all that...
Evie didn't know where to start.
We haven't been properly introduced.
I know who you are, Miss Drayton. We had an appointment today. And I can also imagine what it is you want to talk to me about.
Evie was taken aback. He knew? So Professor Everhart had read her letters after all.
I suppose you have some questions for me?
Statuette is in pieces. What happened?
I destroyed it.
You just...
Yes. It was better than letting it fall into the wrong hand.
Evie felt frustrated. After all the effort it had taken to get Professor Everhart to agree to talk with her about that statuette, and on that very day, that curmudgeon shattered the relic into 1,000 pieces.
What is... or was that statuette?
You haven't touched any of the pieces of it, have you?
No.
Good.
Harry thought of telling her the orb contained the blood of an elder god, but he chose not to frighten Evie.
A very dangerous substance.
Dangerous?
Worse than that. I've seen people lose their sanity and their health just by coming into contact with that substance.
I read in a Herald article that the statuette was found in an excavation in Virginia. Is that correct?
Yes. In the caves near the Rappahannock River.
It was led by a professor from Miskatonic, right?
Nathaniel Wingate Peaslee.
Yes, Peaslee. Do you think it would be possible to...
No. He passed away a few years ago. Of natural causes.
Who's responsible for...
For the robbery? Dr. Frog in the Throat.
Who?
My psychiatrist. Or so I thought. I never should have brought him here. I've been too careless.
I thought the statuette was in the Miskatonic Art...
Yes, well, I brought it here for a research project I'm working on. About ancient civilizations.
Harry couldn't come up with a better excuse than that. Because I've hidden it in my own house to keep prying hands from succumbing to the terrifying powers of the Elder Gods sounded infinitely worse.
But there has to be more, right? More of those statuettes.
I really doubt it.
Are you sure? Because I'm convinced of it, Professor.
And And why are you so convinced of that?
I've seen them.
What are you talking about?
Dreams about strange and ancient artifacts brought Harry bad memories.
My dreams. I mentioned them in my letters. So, I've long dreamed of a place. It's an ancient stone city, hidden in the jungle. And there are more statuettes like that one, all holding those black...
Miss Drayton, you better forget about it. Listen to me, Miss Drayton.
Maybe in those caves I could find
Enough
more...
of that! How could you be such a fool? Haven't you listened to a single word I've said? Don't you ever think of going near that cave in Virginia.
Professor, you can't be serious. I need
Of course I'm serious!
Would you stop yelling at me? Grumpy old jerk. Look, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but nobody speaks to me in that tone. And what have I done to you to be so mad at me anyway? Because as far as I know, if it weren't for me, you'd still be locked up behind. So you can talk to me till you're blue in the face, but you're not going to forbid me from going anywhere.
It had been years since anyone raised their voice, and for the first time in a long time, he felt that an interaction with another human being had been authentic. Perhaps not very enjoyable, but authentic nonetheless.
That fireplace can be opened from the inside, Miss Drayton.
Oh, well...
But even so, I owe you an apology. You've taken quite a risk without even knowing me, Miss Drayton.
All right.
You're completely determined to go to those caves, aren't you?
Yes.
You're right. I can't...
Well, I don't know. I don't think there's a regular bus service, is there?
No, there is not. So here's my proposal. I'll go to Virginia with you. I'll take care of all the expenses, don't worry. If there's one thing I have plenty of, it's money. All I ask in return is that you please follow my instructions while we're there. We'll look for whatever it is you want to find there, and then we'll leave. Agreed, Miss?
Yes. Thank you so much for... And don't worry. I promise I won't get in any...
Harry couldn't help but doubt that Evie would keep her, but even so, he immediately liked that sharp-tongued and stubborn girl. Which made sense. Harry had been a good friend of Evie's father, after all.
Here we are, the Rappahannock River Caves.
But this place is closed off.
It is indeed. Apparently one of the excavation members died in there. An archaeologist named John Teague. That's why the government shut down the dig shortly after the statuette was found.
Wait, so what we're doing here is illegal?
If I told you that we were trespassing, would that stop you from going in, Miss Drayton?
Nah, not really.
Then go ahead, please. Here, take one. We'll use these to stay in touch. Apparently, the cave branches off into countless tunnels, forming a maze where it's easy to get lost. So watch your step, because the... Evangeline! Miss Drayton! Miss Drayton, can you hear me? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Follow the excavation trail.
A lake? In here?
Yes. The water from the Rappahannock seeps through limestone, so there's a complex hydrological system inside the cave. Peasley mentioned they had come across the statuette somewhere around that lake. It was one of the few things he still recalled from the dig.
Wait, he didn't remember the dig?
In his own words, he suffered a period of absence. Amnesia of some sort. He didn't even recall planning the excavation.
Professor, you won't believe this, but I had amnesia too. I don't remember anything from September to November of last year. When I came to, I was surrounded by books and articles about a place in Norway called Spitsbergen.
Spitsbergen? Isn't that near the Arctic Circle?
Professor? Professor! Do you hear me? Well, everything was properly cleared for the excavation, no doubt about it.